What's going on, guys? Spooky here, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you 5 Slayer tips that you might not be using that will probably help out your account, save you money, speed up your tasks, things like that. Now, this is my first video like this that isn't just a normal guide, so feel free to leave constructive criticism in the comments, or kind words, or whatever you feel like saying. If this video helps you, please give it a like. And if you're interested in more content like this, feel free to subscribe. So the first tip is one that, a lot of people probably already know, but in case you're not using it, it's definitely something that you should be utilizing. And that is, if you're going to be doing a Slayer task that requires changing your spellbook, a really easy way to do that is just to teleport to someone's house and use their altar in their house in a house party world. So the easiest way to do this is to teleport outside of Remington, make sure your public is on, and you're basically just looking for someone who is hosting. So for example, AFOL or awful. And once you get inside, all you're doing is looking for the altar of the occult. And all you're gonna do is click on it. Actually, it looks like you can right click. I didn't even know you could do this. Okay, that's super easy. You can just right click and then select whichever spellbook you want to change to. And oftentimes you're doing these tasks in Current. So what you want to do is look on the mini map up here, and oftentimes you'll find the Portal Nexus. And from there, you're just looking for Current Castle or wherever you want to go. And after that, you just take on your task wherever you need to go. The second piece of advice is that you can be using a Dagon Bulwark in order to basically accomplish 2 things while doing tasks in multi-combat zones, such as Bloodvelds in the Catacombs of Current. So the first function is that you can use it to easily attract a lot of monsters. I've seen people do this with neck reels, which is certainly a quick and easy way to attract them that doesn't require clicking on all of them, which normally you have to use like darts or something to attract all of them. So that's something that you could do, and I'll show that really quickly. So it should hit all of these guys, as you can see there. So that's pretty convenient, and that way I don't have to go around and click on all of them just to gather them up. And alternatively, what you can also do is, after you've got all of them, if you're just a fiend for juicy XP drops, what you can actually do is just attract all of them like this. I don't even know if potions are going to help this, but you can also just get these like really huge XP drops, which is pretty cool, just by going like that. That wasn't quite as big as I was hoping, but I've seen XP drops in the 7 and 800s, maybe even 900s. You'll just get this massive XP drop. I think I got one in like 850 doing Dagonoths at the lighthouse, but the point is if you just want to deal a bunch of damage really quickly, you can just use the Dagon Bulwark. Make sure you're surrounded by a bunch of the monster that you're killing, and just let loose. The third tip that we're going to be talking about in terms of helping you out with Slayer is the use of Bracelets of Slaughter and Expeditious Bracelets. So in this specific example, I'm pretending that I'm on task for Dust Devils, and generally speaking, Dust Devils are a really good task. They have pretty decent drops, and you're going to be profiting while getting mage experience. Plus, they're pretty good Slayer experience because you can burst them, which is just really convenient. So the point of talking about them is you can actually use a Bracelet of Slaughter to extend your task. Now, the only reason I bring this up is because I did Slayer for quite a few levels, quite a long time without even knowing they existed. And by using Bracelets of Slaughter, you can extend your good tasks and make your tasks that you want to get over quickly go by faster. So again, for example, one task that you might want to extend would be Dust Devils. Maybe another one is neck reels, whatever task you like to do. And as an example of something that you might want to use an Expeditious Bracelet on is maybe you get assigned, 11 Fossil Island wyverns. They don't take a very long time to kill, but at the end of your kill, you could just throw one on, and you have the chance of speeding up your task by 1 kill every time you kill a monster, so that's super helpful. The fourth thing that we're going to talk about that can help with your Slayer assignments and just overall gameplay in general is using these two resources in order to restore your stats. So one thing you can do is similar to the first thing we did, which is go to someone else's player-owned house. So I'll show that really quickly. Again, you would be going to a house party world. And whenever you're done with an assignment or you just need to bank and it would be convenient to restore your stats, all you need to do is go to someone's maxed house and you're just looking for the rejuvenation pool, I think it's called. Yeah, ornate rejuvenation pool, and this restores all your stats, so it's really convenient to just stop by here, maybe go straight back to your task if that's what you need to do, and you'll be good to go with full stats. So the other way to restore your stats, and this is the more common way for sure, because you don't have to be in a house party world, which they tend to be a little bit laggy and crowded, and this is really simple. All you're going to do is use a Ring of Dueling to go to Clan Wars, and you're just going to run west until you see the portal. If you only needed to recharge prayer, I guess you could do it there. I've never used that altar. I always just go into the free-for-all portal, and you'll always see people here because it's such a good thing to utilize. And from there, I usually just teleport to Castle Wars because it's close to the bank and you don't have to deal with the animation of going in and out of the portal, and it's a little bit faster, but that's just another way to restore your stats, and both of those are super good ways to make your life a little bit easier. So the last tip in this video is going to be talking about using an Explorer's Ring to clear up inventory spots while you're doing Slayer assignments. Now, off the top of my head, I can only think of a few assignments that this is actually helpful, and those are Necreals like I'm doing here, and Dust Devils, and that's because you can kill a lot of them while using very little supplies, so you can actually fill up your inventory with loot. And sometimes if you want to extend your task, or not extend your task, but extend your trip, you can use an Explorer's Ring to use alchemy, specifically low-level alchemy in my case, because I don't have the Explorer's Ring 4. But if you do have the Explorer's Ring 4, then you're way better off. But in the event that you really just wanted to stay here longer and you don't want to have to deal with banking and you don't mind losing a little bit of GP, what you could be doing is using alchemy with the Explorer's Ring and just clearing up inventory spaces. So in a few minutes, when I kill all of these and a few more, I'll show you how that works. So for the example, you can just pretend that I've done, I don't know, maybe 75 Necreals and my inventory is completely full. All you do is right click your Explorer's Ring, click alchemy, and you basically get 30 charges a day, and you get to use those on whatever you want. So it does pain me a little bit to cast low level alchemy on these, but just for the example, you can see I'm getting 5k there. Do that. So you have 30 charges a day, so maybe one inventory or maybe a few inventories you get to prevent having to bank earlier than you need to. So it's just a nice little tip there. I don't really use it, but I don't really mind banking and running, so it is worth mentioning, again, especially if you have the Explorer's Ring 4. It's a really nice boost to help out your Slayer tasks. So those were 5 tips that will hopefully help out your Slayer grind and your just overall experience in RuneScape. If you have any questions, definitely let me know in the comments. If you have any, again, constructive criticism, let me know. If the video helped you, please give it a like and consider subscribing for more content like this in the future. And also, it's worth noting that I've got a written guide version of this on my website, spookygaming.com, in case you don't want to watch the videos in the future or you just want a quick reference point. Feel free to check that out. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.